host is his name. All hail the king, all hail the king. Our Redeemer is strong, Lord of hosts is his name. All hail the king, all hail the king. Our Redeemer is strong, Lord of hosts is his name. All hail the king, all hail the king. Our Redeemer.
Fear the mind, fear the mind, yeah. Fear the mind, fear the mind, yeah, yeah, yeah. Fear the mind, yeah, yeah, yeah. Fear the mind, yeah. We come in the truth and no lie. We reppin' out one of the tribes. We come from the line they call Judah. We walking in faith with no eyes. We rise, we rise, we rise, Guam. We rise, we rise, we rise, Guam. We come in the truth and no lie. We reppin' out one of the tribes. We come from the line they call Judah. We walking in faith with no eyes. We rise, we rise, we rise, Guam. We rise, we rise, we rise, Guam.
I'm all about leading my people. We don't fall off on the wayside, turning the dark in the daylight. Come on my Aki, I'll do something. Sub-Zero, I slide on your core running. Don't come on my Aki, my little youngin'. You running your mouth like you're doing something. You all in the zone, but you catching nothing. Say free all my people, my jeweled up. The Jewish powers, they jewelers. A rib, she come out the no-love. This warrior trained up a soldier. She set up your bro in the fried dust. I leave all the lies up behind us. We jump on the rocks like I'm free, really. We dump on these heathens like time, man. We rig on your Bobby like shaking big. Don't cut up no slice, I want the cake. You Mortal Kombat like reptile. Do Kang, we kicking on all you snakes. We come in the night like I'm Batman. We take you to jail like you Two-Face. Stop you to stick arm into all the fakes. You want revenge, was too late.
You need to rise up. Said you're walking in the skies. Got to open up your eyes and see. It's real, you better rise up. Believe in the unseen. Take your place as the king and sing. We come in the truth and no lie. We reppin' out one of the tribes. We come from the line they call Judah. We walking in faith with no eyes. We rise, we rise, we rise, Guam. We rise, we rise, we rise, Guam. We come in the truth and no lie. We reppin' out one of the tribes. We come from the line they call Judah. We walking in faith with no eyes. We rise, we rise, we rise, Guam. We rise, we rise, we rise, Guam. I'm in the conference out the ghetto, tryna make something from nothing. I really love all of my people. I wanna tell all of y'all something. Destroy for the lack of the knowledge. To all of my people, just read some. The Bible says study for yourself, and then you will see where you come from. I know that they hide and they lied and they try to tell us that we were Gentiles. The promise was given to you if you follow the laws and commandments, Israel. Then you'll see who you really be. Then you'll know where you must go. Israel, we got something deep inside us. No more being the crouch lion, Judah, rise up. Then you'll see who you really be. Then you'll know where you must go. Freedom. Israel, stand up on your feet. Put your fist in the air and say, freedom. All the nations take a stand, knowing that we'll rise again someday. We come in the truth and no lie. We reppin' out one of the tribes. We come from the line they call Judah. We walking in faith with no eyes. We rise, we rise, we rise, Guam. We rise, we rise, we rise, Guam. We come in the truth and no lie. We reppin' out one of the tribes. We come from the line they call Judah. We walking in faith with no eyes. We rise, we rise, we rise, Guam. We rise, we rise, we rise, Guam. Free the mind, free the mind, yeah. Free the mind, free the mind, yeah. Free the mind, free the mind, yeah. Free the mind.
14 and 15. 14. Listen. It says his head and his hair were white like wool.
He had white woolly hair.
As white as snow.
As white as snow.
And his eyes were as a flame of fire.
His eyes was as a flame of fire.
And his feet like unto fine brass.
His feet like unto fine brass. I'm 55 years old. If you know anything about real brass, it's dark brown. It looked like a penny. Keep reading.
As if they burned in a furnace.
As if they what?
Burned in a furnace.
Now if you take that dark brown penny and put it in a furnace and burn it, what color do it come out? What color do it come out? What color is bronze? Dark brown. Like her. Like you. Like you. Like you. Not like that.
But then when you read the Bible, you can't read it word for word. There's types and shadows.
Okay, watch. Let me show you what you just said. In that verse he just read, it said his eyes was like a flame of fire. Now let's get a prophecy teaching us why was his eyes red. Go to Genesis 49 and 12.
Genesis 49 and verse 12.
This is going to tell us why his eyes was red.
His eyes white like wool.
He had white woolly hair.
As white as snow.
As white as snow.
And his eyes were as a flame of fire.
His eyes was as a flame of fire.
And his feet like unto fine brass.
His feet like unto fine brass. I'm 55 years old. If you know anything about real brass, it's dark brown. It looked like a penny. Keep reading.
As if they burned in a furnace.
As if they what?
Burned in a furnace.
Now if you take that dark brown penny and put it in a furnace and burn it, what color do it come out? What color do it come out? What color is bronze? Dark brown. Like her. Like you. Like you. Like you. Not like that.
But then when you read the Bible, you can't read it word for word. There's types and shadows.
Okay, watch. Let me show you what you just said. In that verse he just read, it said his eyes was like a flame of fire. Now let's get a prophecy teaching us why was his eyes red. Go to Genesis 49 and 12.
Genesis 49 and verse 12.
This is going to tell us why his eyes was red.
His eyes shall be red with wine.
His eyes what?
His eyes shall be red with wine.
Because all of the Hebrews at that time drank wine, but they did it moderately. They didn't overdo it. Are you following me? They drank wine. That also goes with the story when Jesus Christ turned the water into what? Wine.
And his teeth white with milk.
And his teeth white with milk. So now we understand that his eyes was red because he drank wine moderately.
So if we drink wine, our eyes aren't red.
Yes, our eyes do get red.
No. Oh, yeah.
Oh,
But
come
now
on.
you're reading it literally.
Yes, okay, now let me get you another literally. Give me Matthew chapter 10, verse 5 and 6. Matthew chapter 10, verse 5 and 6.
It's Matthew chapter 10, verse 5 and 6. These 12 Jesus sent forth and commanded them, saying, Go not into the way of the Gentiles, and into the city of Samaritan enter ye not, but go rather to the lost sheep of the house of Israel.
Go to who?
But go rather to the lost sheep of the house of Israel.
That's why we out here today. We out here to talk to the lost sheep of the house of Israel.
That's right.
And to help that lost sheep get their identity back.
That's right.
All right, that was round one.
They never thought they would come to a landmass where it was already inhabited by indigenous people, right? Yeah.
It says, as swift as the eagle flieth, because they represent an eagle, right? Yeah. It says, a nation whose tongue thou shalt not understand.
Did we understand English at that time? Did we understand Spanish? So those are the language of our slave masters, right? Because every indigenous people, native people, they spoke their own language, right? So when Columbus came here, because he said that God would send a nation from afar, from the end of the earth, as well as the eagle flyer, a nation whose tongue we don't understand. So when this happened to our people, the people that came against us was that nation that God sent against us. No. And the reason why he sent his nation against us is because we actually are the children of Israel. And as a father disciplines his children, so the Heavenly Father disciplined his children on earth, because we didn't follow his commandments, We started to go off and do different things, like the migration story, right? Every indigenous people have the migration story, right? Going the 4 directions. Even in the Bible, the Most High said, I will scatter my children into the 4 corners of the earth, And who else has that biblical prophecy? Hardly anybody else except Native Americans and the people in this book, the Bible. And the Bible is not a white man's book,
I wanted to point out with language, right? It says right here, Psalms 49 and 11, it says, their inward thought is that their houses shall continue forever, and their dwelling place to all generations. They call their lands after their own names.
So they call their lands after their own names. So Gallup, you know, there was a person actually named Gallup, right? Holbrook, there was an actual person named Holbrook. Like Winslow, you know, all the way on.
Even America.
You know, even America, yeah. So when you understand that, he said, can you read that again?
It says, Psalms 49:11. I'm going to read the bottom. It says, they call their lands after their own names.
So when these people, when they came against us, and when they conquered this area, conquered America, they started naming these lands after their own name. Like America, where's the name America comes from? It comes from an Italian map maker named Amerigo Vespucci, you know? So once he came here, he said, you know, I discovered this land, and I named you know, conquered this in the King of Spain, you know, and named it America. So how can we call ourselves Americans, you know? I mean, are you related to this person, America Vespucci? No. We're related to our families and have a family name, right? So it's the same thing, you know? So when we get that, get 32, Deuteronomy 20 and 32.
Deuteronomy 28.
And the reason, and see like this, when you go in the Bible, in Deuteronomy, that's where we read 28. When you read from verse 15 to 68, it talks about the atrocities and the curses that will come upon the children of Israel because we didn't listen and obey the voice of the Lord our God.
Deuteronomy 28:38. Thou shalt carry much seed out into the field.
No, 32.
Oh, 32. 32. It reads, thy sons and thy daughters shall be given unto another people.
Now listen to that. Our sons and our daughters should be given to another people, right? So go ahead.
And thy eyes shall look and fail.
We'll look for our sons and daughters, okay?
And fail with longing for them all the day long.
So when you read that, what comes to your mind? Boarding schools. When the U.S. United States Cavalry or the soldiers, when they came to the reservation and took our sons and our daughters and took them to boarding schools, especially like the ones in Kansas, the ones in Sherman, they were off the reservation. And it says in there that we will look for longing for them all day long, you know? So what did that actually do for our people? It actually destroyed our people because that showed the sons and the daughters, you know, they learn how to grow up without parents. So now when they become parents, are they able to be a parent unto their children? No. All they learned, the thing that they learned was how they were mistreated in the missionaries in these boarding schools, being raped, you know, being not able to speak their own language, you know. Like even our language is a powerful thing, you know, because the Bible says that the life and death comes from the tongue, right? So when we speak good things, that's a native belief system too. That we don't say mean things to each other, you know. We don't talk about death. We don't say curses against each other, you know. But today, when you look at the names that we call ourselves by, like Apache, okay. Apaches never called themselves Apaches, you know. We didn't call ourselves Mescalero or Chiricahua or Nadine, you know. So what does the word Apache mean? You know, it means enemy. So if our language is powerful, and I'm calling my wife an Apache, I'm calling her my enemy. So why? So that makes me wonder, how come our family structures is not as strong as it's supposed to be? Because before when this happened, our family structure was a powerful structure. We had a community. We depend on our grandfathers. We depend on our uncles, our aunts, you know, and our uncles, our aunts, our nieces, our aunties and our mothers depended on their children. But now you don't find that here. The reason why is because of this. It's because of this slavery that happened to our people. Because we wanted to be stiff-necked and hard-hearted and not listen to the voice of the Lord God. That's why the Most High said right here that He will send a nation against us and fought against the earth. You know, so these things happen to our people, and also when they came here, they brought us this, right? They brought us this, right? You know, and it shows it right there, like right there. See that? If our people didn't worship or bow down to this image or to the cross, this guy right here is a real guy. You know, he was a Arawak Indian. You know, he was a chief. And this Catholic guy, this friar, see that guy right there? You know, he was trying to baptize him before they burned him. You know, And this guy said, is there white people in heaven? And then he said, yeah. So, well, that sent me to hell because he knew that the atrocities that these people brought was very devastating for the people, you know? Because we started to fall away from our belief system of being a family, being a community, depending on our grandpa, you know, depending on our mothers and our fathers, and them depending on their children, you know? That's why even now, you know, we're losing our language, you know? And it's a sad thing because where's the relationship, or where's that community, that family function that we're supposed to have, you know? The first thing we learn is English, you know? The first thing I learned was my own language, my mom's tongue, you know, which is Toa, you know? Which in Navajo they call Maitishkiki, you know? The coyote around the fire, the English people, you know? So I learned how to speak that language, and I learned English as a second language. But then, you know, as I come to know this truth and knew and found out what actually happened to our people, because a lot of these guys, you know, like this right here, Ronald Sanders, you know, talk Lost Tribes and Promised Land. This guy is actually a guy who was trying to set out to say that the people living in this land weren't the Israelites, but then when he exhausted his fun, you know, and came to the understanding, he started to say that they are. There's many books here based upon that history. You know, like right here, James Adair. There's another guy who lived among the Native Americans, you know, different tribes. And he looked and he observed our culture and the way we did things, like fasting. You know, every indigenous people, we all fast. You know, we have a prayer life. You know, but now this generation, what do we do to our bodies? You know, we consume foods that we're not supposed to eat, especially like pig, you know, the pork, you know. That actually, you know, destroys our body faster than anything else, you know? And even like I was going back to, like, he was observing the people, and he was telling everybody in Europe that these people are one of the lost sheep of the house of Israel. And at that time, they were rejoicing. But then after that, what happened? They start to do this to us, start to kill us, start to take over our land, you know? Start to remove the children from their homes. And not only that, but like right here, here's another guy. What does that say? View of the Hebrews, right? Yeah, View of the Hebrews, right? And this is a guy who observed the Native Americans, you know, from the East Coast all the way down to the West. Yeah, so you got that right there. Yeah, and see this? And there's another guy who wrote a book about the Holocaust that happened here. Over 8 million, you know, and still counting, because it's people that are coming against us is what God sent against us. Yeah, it's what God sent against us because we didn't listen to the voice of the Lord our God. See, we are these people, you know, and because we are these people, we gotta stand up as that mighty people, as that holy people, because indigenous people always consider themselves to be holy people, you know. There were certain things that we didn't do, like we didn't eat things that we find dead, you know. We didn't eat like bears, you know. We didn't eat like mountain lions and these things, you know. We ate food that was actually, food that was kosher, you know. Food that was God said that was permitted for us to eat. Yeah. See, like my grandma, she's my Nali, right? She's my grandma on my father's side. She's a blue. She always told me, don't eat anything that looks like a spider. You know, so don't eat anything that looks like a spider. So when you look on TV and you see the commercials, what do you see? Crabs, lobsters, things that represent and look like a spider. That was her only way of telling me that, you know, because her English was very limited. So for her to tell me how to He's actually he's our papa. Yeah, he's papa. He's the order. Yeah.
We want to eat. For us, this is
yeah.
This is where someone
Yes.
this guy. Oscar would left.
So, this is Deuteronomy 7:6. It says, "For thou art a holy people unto the Lord thy God. The Lord thy God has chosen thee to be a special people unto himself above all people that are on the face of the earth."
See, that's what God said about his people, man. He said they're going to be a special people unto the Lord thy God, and you'll be above what?
All people.
Above all people. And see, that's the kind of lifestyle that we had. So when the Europeans, when they came here and they see the way that we're living, you know, he said these guys are special people because the conquistadors, the Europeans, when they came here, they were afraid to even take a bath. You ever heard that? That's in this book. He tells us about
how to take a bath.
We taught them how to take a bath because every movie that you see, like say The Last Samurai, right? With Tom Cruise, what was the first thing they did to him before they let him come into the community? They gave him a bath and cut his hair, you know, because they didn't practice that kind of cleanliness. But as for us, we did, you know, we practiced cleanliness. Even in the foods that we eat, you know, like the sheep, right? Okay, how did Navajo peoples, we never had sheep before, did we? No, right? So how did that came? Through the Spaniards, right? So how did we start eating in the street? There were the things that the Spaniards, all right? There were the things that the Spaniards that didn't want to eat. So what did he do? He gave it to their slaves. The same thing with the black people and chickens. You know, the pig intestine. You know, those are things that they didn't want to eat, so they gave it to they fed it to their slaves. And we were the slaves of the conquistadors when they first came here. Who's the one that built these mission churches, these Catholic churches? You know? Who built Fort Defiance or even Fort Wingate? You know? And it was our people that seen that oppression and felt that oppression, and that's why we rebelled, and that's why they got a Fort Defiance. That's why you got Manuelito, you know, leading all his people, you know, fighting against them because of that oppression. But see, the thing is that we don't understand that the spirit that was behind the Europeans or the conquistador was the spirit of the Most High saying, no, these people are my kids, they're my chosen. You know, you need to go over there and you need to correct them so they can start calling back on my name. Start going back to that way to where we can just lift up our hands up and pray. You know, without the other different ceremony things that affect our people. You know, like I just now heard that there was a gay parade here, right? No, there wasn't a great gay parade here. You don't remember? Okay. I read that there was a gay parade here. We were just told that it didn't work. Now that was a lifestyle that our people never practiced. You know, our people never practiced that lifestyle. Now this kind of lifestyle is the same kind of lifestyle that you find in the Book of Genesis and what's that? Solomon and Gomorrah, and God destroyed that place, right? Now we're a people that believe in praying and the Creator will send us rain, right? Even in this book, it says, if my people were to turn from their wicked ways and seek my face and pray, you know, said I will restore the lands and send the rain. You know, so why do you think that our reservations are going through this drought? It's because we learned to live like the conquerors, the white men, you know, the conquistadors. You know, we no longer identify ourselves as being that special people, that holy people. You know, and if we say that we do, you know, we're still practicing European things. Like you know, every indigenous people from the East Coast to the West Coast, you know, we believe in not practicing something evil, right? Now let me ask you this: how many of our people practice Halloween? You know what I mean? A lot of people, a lot of reservations, they have Halloween on the reservation, and that's something evil. Our people never invited anything evil onto our reservation, but yet we're practicing this white man society, you know, and we're bringing in their their beliefs, you know, which comes with the spirit. See, and that's a strong thing. Our people was a spiritual people, you know. We knew not to bring or not to cross the tracks of the snake on the sand, or when the coyote passed by. You know, we had that kind of a taboo or superstition belief, right? But look at this. We don't think like that when it comes to Halloween. We don't think like that when it comes to 4th of July. We don't think like that when it comes to Christmas, because all these holidays are not written in the Bible. They were what the white man gave to us. And every one of these holidays have an evil spirit attached to them. It's like bringing alcohol into your home. When you bring alcohol into your family's house, you bring that spirit of addiction into your family's house. You know, the words that we speak are strong words, you know, because I grew up on the Hopi Reservation, and in there, growing up traditional, they tell us that every time you plant, you gotta say, you know, you gotta tell your plants that they're gonna grow strong, you know, that they're gonna feed the family, you know, that we're gonna be able to survive, you know, and whatever seed that's left over, we'll speak to them too. You know, we had this strong belief, but what happened to that belief, you know? What happened to that connection, you know, that showed our spirit in the way we talk, you know, and the way we think.
Amos chapter 5 and verse 21, it says, I hate and despise your feast days, and I will not smell in your solemn assembly. Though ye offer me burnt offerings and your meat offerings, I will not accept them. Neither will I regard the peace offering of your fat beast. Take away from me the noise of thy songs, for I will not hear the melody of thy vows. But let judgment run down as waters, and righteousness as a mighty stream.
See, that judgment that run down like water is the Most High, our Creator, judging us, because He says what at the very beginning? He said He hates the feast days that we have, meaning He hates Halloween, He hates Thanksgiving, He hates 4th of July. Because when was 4th of July established? It was the Declaration of Independence was signed when? In 1775, right? When did the Dene people go on a long walk? 1860s, right? Now that's a whole 100 years. Why wasn't our independence, you know, recognized during the long walk? Because 100 years after the Declaration of Independence was signed, and they were celebrating 4th of July, and that was signed, and they were celebrating that, we were still considered to be enemies of the United States. That's why you guys went. That's why we went to Boston and Dunwich. You know, that's why they were still hunting, trying to capture Geronimo and Cochise. You know, see, why should we celebrate that day when all it did was brought a remembrance of what happened to our people, that tragedy. That same spirit that's connected there, we bring into our homes and tell our kids. You know?
It's just like when you wear the traditional mask.
Yeah.
Just like Halloween, right?
Yeah, like, you know, even with that. Even when Christmas, okay? That happened during that time, in the month of December. You know? So when the white people were celebrating Christmas, saying Merry Christmas and all that, our families were starving. They were going on that long walk. They were starving, freezing in the snow. What was our Merry Christmas? You know? So why should we celebrate? You know what I mean? If we consider ourselves to be holy people, and especially if you consider yourself to be traditional. When I was growing up, I was traditional, you know, and my grandfather would tell me, you know, so why are you doing that? You know, in our language says, you know, like, you're not a white man, how come you observing that? You know? So you'll say, you know, still with that. You know, we're people, you know, or for the people of Haman, this is not what our people do. You know, we can celebrate Christmas, you know, 4th of July, New Year's, Thanksgiving, even birthdays, Mother's Days, Father's Days, none of these days. And when you take every one of those holidays, you will find that people in the ancient time actually celebrate those days, and they were evil days.
They're sacrificing children also.
So you guys got any questions? You can answer your questions, man. if that was all polluted in that area and in that time, why are we bringing it into our home and speaking of that holiday, or actually having dances on those holidays? You know, because we don't bring anything evil into our homes. You know, especially traditional people or people that have a strong sense of their words and their speak. You know.
Yeah. Yeah, we never became citizens until 1948.
Yeah, we got the right to vote. Yeah.
But we went to war before that. We had Hopi code.
Yeah. And then the sister right here, she's from the Choctaws, and even they say the same thing. So we have code talkers too. Sing it.
Oh, yeah.
What's that?
You talk people like it's nothing.
No, I'm not talking about
talking down 4th of July.
Well, I'm talking. Well, that's their holiday. That's their declaration.
I didn't go to war for nothing.
But see, you fought for the people. You didn't fight for you didn't fight for them and their belief, because when the Declaration was signed, you said 1776, right? When did the Navajos go on their long walk? 1875, was it?
84.
Okay, so that's like 100 years. And even at that time, the declarations were already signed, and we were considered to be hostile enemy of the United States even at that time. So
the only time people believe in God is when they're getting their asses shot.
Well, our people always believed in God. Atheist, and network.
Yeah.
See, even that's like an oxymoron, because all our traditions and ceremonies point back to a creator who created us.
I don't believe in white men.
We don't either.
Yeah.
Well, see, if you're a traditional, you can't be.
That's different. I don't believe in white men.
Yeah, well, we don't believe in the white man's God either, too, because the white man is actually the real atheist, The white man doesn't have a country to call his own, doesn't have a belief or a religion to call his own. This is about the people and what they went through and how it connects to biblical prophecy. Because in the Bible, it talks about, like a father.
But you're still talking about the Bible.
The Bible is a history book that's been, it's a history book, because it's about real people, real places, and about real time. Like Egyptian, right? You guys are familiar with? Are you guys familiar with history? You guys familiar with history? Like this. Let me ask you something. Is there a place called Egypt? And do they have pyramids? Egypt has pyramids, right? Like the big pyramids. Yeah. And even like in Mexico, they have pyramids, right? The Aztecs. And when you go up to like what's that? Missouri area, they have like the little mounds that they call pyramids. See, these people are the same people that were in Egypt, And if Egypt is real, and if the pyramids are real, then the people who built those pyramids are real. So that's why we said this book is a history book. History about real people, real place, and at real time. Because when any historical or historians or archaeologists, when they're going to do their research, when they start to dig, guess what they run to first? The Bible. To see who was living in this land at ancient times. Like you got the Samaritans, the time of Babel, See, those are real people living at real places at real time. Even history, archaeologists can actually verify that and establish it and make it into a presentation that actually gives you a time and date. You know what I mean? So this is nothing fabricated, and prophecy, all that is, it's just history being fulfilled. You know what I mean? So, you got a question now? I can answer your question,
There are, but there's in the Bible there was
you go to church or don't believe it? Yeah.
No, it says
See, that's the thing, We go to church, and what do? They give us this guy, right? They tell us that this is Jesus, right? If you buy a picture of Jesus, who's it going to look like? This guy, right?
How do they relate that to the Bible?
And then they'll tell you, we don't know how Jesus looked like. But then how are you going to make this picture and tell me that that's Jesus? And then if anybody, check this out, this is spiritual. People get offended. If they say, well, if that's not Jesus, then it shouldn't offend me if I do this. You know what I mean? if it was just a picture, it don't matter, you know, because Jesus did not look like that. He was not white. You know, he was as dark as us.
It's a matter of,
you know what I mean? Because how can you go into Egypt, which is in Africa, and Africa is what kind of people? Like people, right? So if you were running from the cops, would you run into Beverly Hills and try to hide with the white people? You probably run into the reservations, right? So Christ was running into a nation where they had dark-skinned people. You know? Because you know why? Because he was running from King Herod, from the Romans.
Well, it's kind of confused because the more that I've looked into.
Yeah, man. I mean, like this right here. This is European people, like the Pope. Okay, the Pope, he actually bows down to this, and it's not white. You know? Check it out. What does it say right there? Black, Madonna, and Christ. How come we don't say the white?
The Bible reckons your genealogy according to your father's
house. This information is similar to this. Check this out. Caesar Borgia, okay? The son of Alexandria Rodrigo Borgia. This is the year that they created these, because at that time the Pope told Leonardo da Vinci that he's like a sketch. You know? And that was the Pope's son. He said he told Leonardo to sketch the sun so that it could be the new image of the beast in the new country, which was talking about America.
Are you guys going to be doing that?
Because when you get that Revelation 13,
they're talking about coming back up here for a
just look at the Bible just to validate what I'm saying.
The time to come is on Fridays and Saturdays.
Was that 10? No,
Revelation 13 and 13. It says, and he doeth great wonders, so that he maketh fire come down from heaven on the earth in the sight of men. And he deceiveth them that dwell on the earth by these means of these miracles, which he had power to do in the sight of the beast, saying to them that dwell on the earth, they should make an image.
They should make an image, right? It says the beast, make an image, right?
To the beast, which had the wound by the sword.
The wound by the sword is when Rome, when it fell, and then when it was re-established, called the Renaissance. Because at that time, the Roman Empire had fell from the, what's that called, the Holy Empire, and it came to the new Roman Empire. So that's the sword that was wounded, right?
And did live.
And did live, what?
And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast.
And he had power to give life to the image of the beast. So what kind of life are we talking about? Everybody going around and saying Jesus, Jesus. You know, he's not saying Jesus, but the people that are carrying him around are saying he's Jesus. You know, and then we go to the stores, we go to churches, and we buy that image, we put it in our home, and then our kids look at it and say, who's that? And you tell them what? It's Jesus. Yeah. Right?
It says that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that many as would not worship the image of the beast.
That would not worship him, right? That like us, we don't worship that. You know? But if we have a reverence for it, we still worship him. Go ahead.
Should be killed.
Should be killed, just like what you see right here. The friars, the Dominicans, and like the fathers and all those guys, when they came, they held the cross and they held that picture. And they told our people, if we don't bow down and worship this image, you know, what did they do to our people? They killed us. They're right here. They killed us like that. You know, they put us in slavery, like you see right here. And look at this. See that right here? Okay, that's a man, right? See that child? See this? That's a stone. What do you think he's going to do?
We usually have them on Sunday. Sunday morning.
Yeah, so God can hit them with a stone, right? So that's what these people that brought that image did to our people. Because we will not bow down and worship him. So if our ancestors didn't do that at the very beginning, why are we doing it today? You know what I mean? Is that it?
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, man, you got any questions, man? No? Hey. All right, cool, man. Hey, if you got any questions, man, you know, guys, you know? Yeah. Yeah.
Come here.
If it want to, I'm thinking send a nation against it.
28 and
49.
49.
Watch this.
Deuteronomy 28 and 49, it says, the Lord shall bring a nation against thee from far,
Right?
from the end of the earth.
So when Columbus came here, they considered this place to be the end of the earth, right? Or they thought that the earth was flat, right?
That's right.
And they never thought they would come to a landmass where it was already inhabited by indigenous people, right? Yeah.
It says, as swift as the eagle flieth. They say represent an eagle, right?
Yeah.
It says, a nation whose tongue thou shalt not understand.
And did you understand English at that time? Did you understand Spanish? Those are the language of our slave masters, right? Because every indigenous people, native people, they spoke their own language, right? So when Columbus came here, he said that God will send a nation from afar, from the end of the earth, that's what the people carry, a nation whose tongue we don't understand. So when this happened to our people, the people that came against us was that nation that God sent against us. And the reason why he sent this nation against us is because we actually are the children of Israel. And as a father disciplines his children, so the Heavenly Father disciplined his children on earth, because we didn't follow his commandments, We started to go off and do different things, like the migration story, right? Every indigenous people have the migration story, right? Going in 4 directions. Even in the Bible, the Most High said, I will scatter my children into the 4 corners of the earth, And who else has that biblical prophecy? Hardly anybody else except Native Americans and the people in this book, the Bible. And the Bible is not a one-man's book,
I wanted to point out the language, right? It says like here, Psalms 49 and 11, it says, their inward thought is that their houses shall continue forever, and their dwelling place to all generations. They call their lands after their own names.
So they call their lands after their own name. So Gallup, there was a person actually named Gallup, right? Cobra, there was an actual person named Cobra. Mista, all the way even the streets, even in America, yeah. So when you understand that, he said,
it says, Psalms 49 and 11. I'll read the bottom. It says, they call their lands after their own names.
So when people against us, and when they conquered this area, conquered America, they start naming
Thank you.
these lands after their own name. Like America.
Thank you. Thank you.
It comes from an Italian maker named America Vespucci, So once he came here, he says, I discovered this land, communism and the Queen of Spain, and they named it America. So how can we call ourselves Americans, I mean, are you related to this person? American we're related to our families and have a family names, right? So it's the same thing, So when we get that, get our 32, Deuteronomy 20 and 32.
Deuteronomy 28.
And it's like this. It's on the Bible. That's what we read. When you read from verse 15 to 68, it talks about the atrocities or the curses that would come upon the children of Israel because we didn't listen and obey the voice of the Lord our God. Can I read that?
Deuteronomy 28 and 38. Thou shalt carry much seed out into the field.
No, 32.
Oh, 32. 32. It reads, thy sons and thy daughters shall be given unto another people.
Now listen to that. Our sons and our daughters should be given to another people, right? Okay, go ahead.
And thy eyes shall look and fail.
We'll look for our sons and daughters, okay?
And fail with longing for them all the day long.
So when you read that, what comes to your mind? Boarding school. When the U.S. United States Cavalry or the soldiers, when they came to the reservation, they took our sons and our daughters and took them to boarding schools, especially like the ones in Kansas, the ones in Sherman. They were off the reservation, and it says in there that we will look for longing for them all day long. So what did that actually do for our people? It actually destroyed our people because that showed a young the sons and the daughters, you know, they learn how to grow up without other people, right? Go ahead.
And thy eyes shall look and fail.
We'll look for our sons and daughters, okay?
And fail with longing for them all the day long.
So when you read that, what comes to your mind? Boarding school. When the U.S. United States Cavalry or the soldiers, that was going on the reservation. 1875, okay, so that's like 100 years. Even at that time, the declarations were already signed, you know, and we were considered to be hostile to the United States even at that time. So, our people always believe in our people always believe see, people that's because all our tradition and ceremonies are important back to religion. We never we don't see another white man. Because they're traditionally well, you don't believe the white man's God either, because the white man is actually the real entity. You know? The white man doesn't have a constant background, doesn't have a belief or a religious background. This is all about a people and what they connect to, how it connects to biblical prophecies. Because the Bible talks about, you're like a father, everybody, but you're still trying to go to the Bible is a history book. In fact, yeah, it's a history book because it's about real people, real places, and about real times. Like you mentioned, right? Odd and try. Like with history. There's new history. It's like this. Let me ask you something. Is there a place called Egypt? And do they have pyramids? Egypt has pyramids, right? That's a big pyramid. And even like Mexico, they have pyramids, right? Like the Aztecs, and you go up to like what's that? Missouri area. They have like little mounds that they call pyramids. See, these people are the same people that you know? And Egypt is built, the pyramids are built, and the people who built those pyramids are here. So that's why he said this book is history. History about real people, real places, and real time. Because when any historical or historians or archaeologists, when they do their research, when they start to dig, guess what they run to first? The Bible. To see who was living in this land in ancient times. You know? Like you got the Samaritans, you know, the time of Babel, you know. So those are real people living at real places at real time. Even history, archaeologists can actually verify that, establish it, and make it into a presentation where actually gives you a time and date. You know what I mean? So this is nothing fabricated, you know, prophecy, all that is, it's just history being fulfilled. You know what I mean? But you got a question now? I can answer the question, huh? Go to church or don't believe in it? See, that's the thing, you know. You go to church, and what do? They give us discount, right?
Yeah.
I don't have any more things to get snowball.
Yes, in a minute. Hold on.
Okay, look.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Blue.
I want the red one.
I want one too.
I want cherry.
Huh?
I want the cherry one.
What I was going to get?
Azariah, no.
Mom, later when you come back, when you have more $5, I could get one of the big ones like it's on.
No, come this way. There's a car coming. Come here. Call him.
What? Mom.
A lot of reservations, they have just like a knife. And that's something you gotta. Our people never invited anything evil to a reservation. Yet, we're practicing this white man. We were society, you know, and we're bringing in their beliefs, you know, which comes with the spirit. See, and that's a small thing. Our people were spiritual people, you know. We knew not to bring or not to cross the tracks of a snake when it was sand, or when the coyote passed by. You know, we had that kind of a taboo or superstition belief, right? But see, look at this. We don't think like that when it comes to Halloween. We don't think like that when it comes to 4th of July. We don't think like that when it comes to Christmas. Because all these holidays are not written in the Bible. They were what the white man gave to you. It goes back to you. And every one of these holidays have an evil spirit. It just shows you. It's like bringing alcohol. How much he knows. When you bring alcohol into your family's house, you bring that spirit of addiction into your family's house. You know, the words they speak are strong words. You know, because I grew up on the Hope Reservation, and there, growing up traditional, they tell us that every time you plant, you gotta say, you know, you gotta tell your plants that they're going strong, you know, that they're going to keep a family, you know, that we're going to be able to survive, you know, and whatever seed that's left over, we'll keep them too. You know, we have this strong belief. But what happened to that belief, you know? What happened to that connection, you know, that showed our spirit in the way we talk, you know, the way we think.
Amos chapter 5 and verse 21, it says, I hate and despise your feast days, and I will not smell in your solemn assembly. Though ye offer me burnt offerings and your meat offerings, I will not accept them. Neither will I regard the peace offering of your fat beast. Take away from me the noise of thy songs, for I will not hear the melody of thy vows. But let judgment run down as waters, and righteousness as a mighty stream.
See that judgment that run down like water is the most high creator.
Do you have a car?
He says,
Is that a car?
He hates the feast days that we have, meaning he hates Halloween, he hates Thanksgiving, he hates 4th of July, because when was 4th of July established? It was the Declaration of Independence signed when? In 1775, right? When did the United people go on long walks? 1860s, right? Now that's a whole 100 years. Why wasn't our independence, you know, recognized during the long walk? Because 100 years after the Declaration of Independence was signed, they were celebrating 4th of July. And that was signed, and they were celebrating that. We were still considered enemies of the United States. That's why you guys went. That's why we went to the Boston and Charlotte, right? You know, that's why they were still hunting, trying to capture the and show cheeks. You know, see, why should we celebrate that? When all it did was brought a remembrance of what happened to our people. That tragic, that same spirit that's connected there, we bring it to our homes and we tell our kids. You know. Yeah, like
Go find one. Go find it.
So when the white people were celebrating Christmas, Merry Christmas and all that, our families were starving. They were going on that long walk. They were starving. What was our Merry Christmas? You know, so why should we celebrate? You know what I mean? If we consider ourselves to be holy people, especially if we consider ourselves to be traditional,
be careful.
growing up, I was traditional, you know, and my grandfather would tell me, you know, so why you do that? You know, in our language, say, you ain't even gone, you don't know, you know, so yeah, the white man, how can we observe that? You know, so they'll say, you fast, hey, you know, fast, so with that, you know, we're people, you know. But for the people of Haiti, this is not what our people do. You know, we celebrate Christmas, you know, 4th of July, New Year's, Thanksgiving, even birthdays, Mother's Day, Father's Day,
Yeah, it's hot. Come here. Be careful.
People in ancient actually celebrate that day, and they were evil days. be over here. Yeah, I think he was running over there to go see.
And thy eyes shall look and fail.
We'll look for our sons and daughters, okay?
And fail with longing for them all the day long.
So when you read that, what comes to your mind? Boarding school. When the U.S. United States Cavalry or the soldiers, when they came to the reservation.
Maryland, I'm preaching. In Canada, I'm preaching. In Wisconsin, I preach. Because I was a terrible sinner. But Jesus forgave me. He compasses. Look at my peace. This one, it burdens you. It protects you. It preserves your life. It provides you.
2012. Who would have believed it? It's a new time, new way of thinking, baby. It's not about you. It's about the seasons. It's about my seasons. Your seasons. You don't like it? Our seasons. The movie.
Born again, a phrase taken lightly. Many claim they're born again, calling for Jesus Almighty, but lack his understanding. Too busy prancing, singing blasphemy, seeking financial enhancements. The truth's important, it reveals the lies. Knowledge absorb it, so there won't be no disguise. When communism finally capitalized, making streets the prison that commits the genocide. Kill all the pride, yeah, I know you strapped, but you ain't out shooting the military, it's a rap. They got more guns than any rapper yap about, more funds than any hood fella can amount. Trust we gon' see fast change in 2012, where the American dream reveal itself as hell. Which side you choose, yeah, it's up to you. Remember, consequences come from you know who? Lord of Israel, father of all nations, but only one has covenant laws given to Jacob, given to Isaac, course Abraham. The true tradition ever since the first son of man.
Law, statutes, commandments of God. So God punishes. And this is punishment. That's why he brought the Europeans over here to put us in slavery, put us in chains, take all of our land. So what did the Europeans do? Because the Europeans know who we are. They never lost their history. So they came over here and set up churches. Baptists, Methodists, Pentecostals, Presbyterian, Mormon, Seventh-day Adventists, and all of them are the same. So they all got the same white Jesus in there, which is white supremacy, to keep you worshiping the same people that's responsible for your genocide. So we pray to Jesus and nothing changes. The situation and the circumstances in our community are getting worse. Worse. Everybody still just pray. Pray to Jesus. It's getting worse. Because that's not our God. That's a European God. Our God, get Exodus chapter 3, verse 13 and 14. And in the traditional dancing, they still call his name, but because of time in the boarding school, they forgot it. They don't know his name no more. They calling him Jehovah, they calling him God, they calling him all these other names, Elohim. But let's see what he said his name is to us. Exodus chapter 3, verse 13.
And Moses said unto God, behold, when I come unto the children of Israel,
when I come to the children of Israel,
they shall say unto them, the God of your fathers has sent me unto you. And they shall say to me, what is his name?
What's his name? Is it Jesus? What's his name?
What shall I say unto them? And God said unto Moses, I am that I am.
Keep reading.
And he said, what shalt thou say unto the children of Israel?
Unto the children of Israel, not the Europeans.
I am that sent me unto you.
Keep reading.
And God said, moreover, unto Moses, what shalt thou say unto the children of Israel? The Lord God of your fathers, the God of Abraham, the God of Isaac, and the God of Jacob, has sent me unto you. This is my name forever.
How long?
Forever.
How long?
Forever.
No, until the Europeans come.
Forever. And this is my memorial unto all generations.
How you say that name in your ancient Phoenician Hebrew, which you got when the Europeans came over here, is a higher. So in the traditional dance, they say, higher, 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 higher. They just forgot. And it's our job to come back on the reservation and teach our people their lost history that the Europeans don't want you to know. And that's why you got churches all over. Just look around. Wait. We got a church here. We got a church there. We got a church here. Nobody's saying, what's all these churches doing here? They're catching us like a trap. Keep us working to the Europeans. So when we come back to our God, give me Deuteronomy chapter 30, verse 1 to 3. This is what our God said. When we come back to the one true God, the God of our ancestors, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, this is what he promised us. Deuteronomy chapter 30, starting verse 1 through 8. Listen to this.
It shall come to pass, and all these things are come upon thee, the blessings and the curses.
The curses, we're dealing with the curses now. That's why we're in this condition. Keep reading.
Which I have sent before thee, and thou shalt call them to mind above all the nations, whether the Lord thy God has driven thee. Verse 2, and shall return unto the Lord thy God, and shall
return to our God,
shall obey his voice according to all that I command thee this day, thou and thy children, with thy heart, with thy soul. Then the Lord thy God will turn thy captivity.
He's going to take us from the bottom back to the top.
And have compassion upon thee. I will return and gather thee from all the nations.
Gather us away.
All the nations, whether the Lord thy God has scattered them. If any of thy be driven out unto the uttermost parts of heaven, from thence will the Lord thy God gather thee, and from thence will he fetch thee. And the Lord thy God will bring thee into the land which thy fathers possessed. And thou shalt possess it, and he will do thee good, and multiply thee above thy fathers. And the Lord thy God will circumcise thy heart, and the hearts of thy seed. Love the Lord thy God with thy whole heart.
Thank you for
and
doing
with
that.
all thy soul, that thou mayest live.
I know.
And the Lord thy God will put all these curses upon thee, or upon
Good.
thy enemies, on thy enemies, on thy enemies, and on them that hate thee.
He's going to take everything that's on us right now and put it on our enemies. But then he gave you an explicit, he let you see who these people are. He said, they hate you. What people is this? Think. When you see us get shot down by the folks, what people is that? What people saying build the wall and get them out after they took the land? What people is that? What people hate us? It's not our own thing. We want to take out one of our things. It's the same people that put us in slavery. It's the same people that took your land. Our God promised to give. He gonna give. And that's what our people need to know. That payback comes. Payback comes. They're gonna pay for this. This is not an accident. Our people stuck on alcohol, stuck on drugs, can't get jobs. They got their foot right there on our neck. And we don't want to stand up and say it. Because we go to church every Sunday and we get medicated with a false doctrine. Just love everybody. So you want me to just keep loving them while they keep killing me? And don't say nothing about them killing me? See, that's what the Christian church is put in for. To keep you passive and keep you praying while they kill you and take your land by force.
I can't run, so it's not thick like a man.
See, that's the real gospel. People solo, just live up in solo. I'm originally from Compton and Watts, California. Our God sent me to the mountain to raise up young men and to come bring the truth back to good people. Yeah, we on YouTube. We have YouTube channel. You guys wanna? We got a pen and a paper. We wanna give you. You got a computer? don't have a computer. We want to give you a phone. We'll be back out here next Saturday. We're coming out here next Saturday. We're going to be right here. We're going to be out here every weekend until God sees fit to put us somewhere else. Yeah. Let's get Luke chapter 1, verse 68 and 72. People say they believe in the second coming of Jesus Christ. We believe he comes. Okay. Let's see how he's going to come and why he comes. He's coming to save everybody. You know that. Your ancestors made a statement when the Europeans killed them. They had that picture up there like this. And your ancestors looked at the European man and said this. They said, are you going to be in heaven when I go to heaven? They said, yeah. And the European man said, yeah. And your ancestors said, well, kill me. So I don't want to go. Luke chapter 1, Look at 57. His father Zacharias was filled with the Holy Ghost. The Holy Spirit came in and prophesied, saying, blessed be the Lord of God of Israel. The Lord God of who? Israel. That's who you are. You're a Hebrew Israelite. You come from the southern northern kingdom of the house of Israel. That's where your true identity. So blessed be the Lord God of Israel, not America. We read, he has visited and redeemed his people. Who we redeemed? His people. Who? His people. No, the whole world. His people. He reads, and has raised up the horn of salvation for us in the house of his servant David, as he spoke by the mouth of his holy prophets, which have been since the world began. What's going to happen? We should save from our enemies. Save from who? Our enemies. Save from who? Our enemies. No, our friends. Our enemies. And from the hand of all that hate us. What? He's coming back to save us from our enemies? See the hope? See the hope in that now? Everything don't look so depressing no more now, knowing that our God coming back to save us. But you hear what I'm saying? That'll give us hope. Like, man, he coming to get us. Make America white again. America has never been white. Never. This is my number. We'll be back out here. We'll be back out here next week, Johnny. Yeah, that's the same man. What's the odds of that? All right.
My friend.
His name's Johnny too. Yeah. That's interesting.